Bismarck Lake, one of my favorite lakes to paddle and home to South Dakota's only turtle ramp. Bismarck Lake and Campground are located 5 miles east of the city of Custer on Highway 16. Even though the campground and lake are part of the Black Hills National Forest, you will still need to drive through Custer State Park to reach the only public access to it. A South Dakota State Park pass is required if you are planning to stop inside the park. You may purchase either a 7-day or an annual pass. This will give you access to 4 lakes, 1 pond, 2 beautiful scenic drives, multiple hiking trails, and the concessions in the park. It does not include camping or lodging options, which are offered separately. With over 71,000 acres, there's a lot to see and do in Custer State Park. But if you're only passing through and are not planning to stop, you will not need to purchase a pass, as both Highway 16 and Highway 87 South are considered through highways. The Black Hills National Forest also charges a user fee for certain areas, including Bismarck Lake. Passes are required from May through September and may be purchased online at the link or mailing address listed below, or you can purchase a day pass at the billboard in the parking lot when you arrive. Bismarck Lake sits at an altitude of 5,239 feet. It has 27 acres of surface area, is 28 feet deep at its deepest point, and only non-motorized boats are allowed. I filmed this segment in early September. It was a beautiful day and I arrived in the late afternoon. I paddled for about 3 hours and had the lake to myself for most of the time I was there. There was a lot of smoke in the air that had blown in from wildfires in Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, and Colorado, but it was a calm night and the water was as smooth as glass. If you love rock formations, you've come to the right place. The Black Hills were formed by an uplift that occurred near the end of the Cretaceous period. This created a dome which slowly eroded away, leaving the granite formations you see today. The Black Hills are also noted as one of the top 5 locations in the U.S. for its variety of over 40 minerals, including copper, silver, lead, tin, feldspar, mica, quartz, and of course gold. There are two summer camps on the shores of Bismarck Lake, Camp Bob Marshall Youth Camp and Outlaw Ranch Bible Camp. Both are wonderful places and host not only summer camps for kids, but are venues for events such as weddings, quilting retreats, and family reunions. Over the years, I have seen plenty of wildlife at Bismarck Lake. As a kid, I was once growled at by a bobcat while walking along the shoreline. Be sure to watch for beaver near the parking area and deer along the shore. Animals such as elk, antelope, and bighorn sheep are also known to inhabit the area, as well as yellow-bellied marmots, mink, blue herons, ducks, a variety of songbirds, falcons, hawks, eagles, and of course lizards, snakes, frogs, and turtles. Bismarck Lake is fed by Bismarck Creek, which enters the lake at this marshy area located at the northern end of the lake. The narrow passage around the end of the largest island is my favorite spot on the whole lake. I usually paddle through it, turn around, and paddle it from the other way. Then I can cut through the opening between the two islands. The water between the two islands is very shallow, and some years by late fall the water level will drop low enough to make it impassable. Just take it slow and watch for rocks. There were several osprey fishing this area. They obviously knew the lake had been stocked. So I sat quietly in my kayak and watched as one made multiple dives around me. I'm sorry I don't have any video of it, but I was so impressed by his flying and diving skills that I gave up on trying to film him and instead just enjoyed the moment. Sometimes you need to quit looking at life through a camera lens. Bismarck Lake was drained and dredged in 2013 because of sediment buildup, which was caused by poorly regulated mining, road construction, and logging in the past. Historic floods in 1972 also added to the problem. This buildup created higher water temperatures, decreased water depth, and algae blooms, which then caused a decline in fish survival and the shorelines to become choked with cattails. There are still sections of cattails around the lake, creating habitat for a variety of aquatic life, but the beautiful rock formations are now clearly seen. I passed the same turtle basking in the sun on both of the laps I made around the lake. You can see that his shell was peeling, which is a natural process that occurs as the turtles grow. They shed the old worn-out scutes, which is a name for the rigid plates on the turtle shell, to reveal the growth of new ones underneath. The earthen dam was completed in 1937. It is 38 feet tall and 280 feet in length and has a volume of 36,649 cubic yards. Camp Bob Marshall and the Bismarck Lake Dam were both built by the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corps. Their mission was not to improve on nature, but to make it more enjoyable and accessible to the public and to aid wildlife. The CCC had several camps throughout the Black Hills and built many wonderful projects in the area. No matter where you go in the hills, keep an eye out for bridges, picnic shelters, campgrounds, and log cabins built with huge rocks and giant logs. And if you're traveling through Hill City, be sure to stop at the CCC Museum just outside the city limits. The spillway is quite a work of art in itself, and even though there isn't a swimming beach at the lake, you will sometimes see people stepping off the trail to take a quick swim in the cold water. Fishing is allowed with the South Dakota fishing license, and Bismarck Lake is known for 11 to 13-inch trout, which are stocked throughout the summer months. There are also smallmouth bass, northern pike, catfish, sunfish, yellow perch, and crawfish. The fishing piers on the elevated boardwalk and the shoreline trail provide easy access to the lake. Four fishermen were launching their kayaks when I pulled up to shore. Two of them were brothers, who were the father and uncle to the younger set of brothers. They had heard the lake was recently stocked and came to see if there were any hungry fish. We had a great visit, and one of them even helped me load my kayak, which is always a good thing. Before I left, I walked the boardwalk and hiked over the rocky hillside to the spillway, turtle ramp, and dam. The fishermen weren't pulling in many fish, but I did get some great photos of them on the water. As you walk across the bridge over the spillway, you will get a great view of the short section of Bismarck Creek, which leads to the Turtle Pond, Highway 16, and the culvert that connects to Stockade Lake, creating the turtle ramp. Bismarck Lake is one of the most beautiful lakes in the Black Hills and a great place for a quiet evening or an early morning paddle. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. This map may be downloaded on the link below. Additional videos will be added on a regular basis as I explore the 35 lakes in the Black Hills. So join me as I paddle my way through the Black Hills Lake Challenge.